Hey guys, this is Warner Workman, Sergeant Major John Champ, Chapter Sons of the American Revolution. Listen, we're at our third event in 2 days here. We're in the Purcellvile, I think it's the Art and Music Festival here at Fireman's Field in the town of Purcellville. So I want to have this video. It's at a place called Fireman's Field. It's a very nice baseball field. I coached many a game there when my kids were younger, but I wanted to show you a little bit about what we're doing here. So fortunately, we're set up right on the corner. Everybody has got to walk past us. Every car's got to drive by us. So this is really a great setup. We have this right on the street, right? Some colored and flutter to throw in there. But I'm going to do a bunch of, some video and I'll piece all this together. But we got a whole bunch of signage leading up to where you enter our tent area. And then we'll get some close-up of that as well. But again, always take the opportunity to share who and what SAR is, and promote patriotism, history, and education, right? God bless. So the one thing that we have, associated with our tent is we got these coin logos, right? We stick them in there. We got national, state, and chapter. And some banners hanging here. We like color and flutter. We're big on that. And then everybody see, who are we? We are the Sons of the American Revolution, right? So we'll walk over to the tent area. Got some stuff hanging out. Oh, I got crap on it. I got to clean that up. So this is our Declaration of Independence signing station. The desk itself we call the Resolute Desk. Kids, we did this yesterday. It was a big hit. First time ever. It went really well. We have a kids station, and basically, again, more color and flutter. We got, if kids want like selfies with a hat and a non-firing replica, they can do that. We also have these coloring sheets, super cool. And then we have a bell, or desktop bell, which is the statue or Liberty Bell before the crack. Again, more color and flutter. We were fortunate enough we could put the flags up on the posts of the tent. It actually made things just super easy for you. And actually at the table, we have a colonial patriot. I think his name is Ken Bonner. Ken, tell us about the event for today. Do you know?
I do. So this is the Purcellville Music and Arts Festival that we're exhibiting at here today. And Warner's already showed you about some of the things that we've got exhibited here for the families and the kids in particular with the coloring events. And so we're here also recruiting. So we want you to be members of the Sons of the American Revolution, especially during this 250th year of our country's birth.
Sweet.
Come one, come all.
So what kind of stuff do we got here besides my coffee mug? So what's the black thing? What's the black purse?
So this is, well, you might think it's a purse just looking from the outside, but it actually is what we call a cartridge box. And a cartridge is a musket ball and wadding with gunpowder in it. And this cartridge box looks like it will hold about 24 cartridges. It's empty today because we're not actually using it or firing. And then we've got a couple of static display examples of period pistols. So here's one, and we've got a couple of other examples over here as well. And we got a couple examples of what we call edge weapons. This is a bayonet, which would fit on the front end of a musket, a smoothbore musket. And then over down on this side, we have a couple of hawks. Also known as tomahawks, but in parlance just hawks. This one is a pipe tomahawk, so you can actually smoke through this one. And typically the tomahawk pipes, or the pipe tomahawks rather, were used more for ceremonial than for warfare, and meaning that they were used for trade, they were used for social events on the frontier, etc. And then here's another example of a hawk as well. So again, we got a couple examples of some period flintlock pistols. This kind of pairs off with the cartridge box, or as an alternate to the cartridge box, because of the cartridge you would have already built your cartridge with powder and ball. Oftentimes on the frontier, when you were just using a rifle, you would have carry what's called a powder horn. It's a horn because it's made from a cow's horn, which is hollow, and we would fill it with black powder, and then when you are loading your weapon, you pour a little bit into your pan, and then the rest of it down the barrel, another part of your charge down the barrel, and then load it all behind that. So that's a powder horn. I'm actually carrying another example of that here with me as well. Let's see, what else do we have? We got a neat canteen. There's several different varieties of canteens. This one is wood. There were canteens that were made out of metal back in the time, but wood was a common use at the time, and comes with a wooden stopper, and basically you fill this up with water. The water, when left for a little while, would cause the wood to swell, and the canteen would seal up nicely, and would be perfect for use in the field and on the trail. Tin was also in wide use back in the day, and it was used for a variety of things. In this case, a tin cup, but there were also tin lanterns, which I think you can see a couple of examples here, that were used in kind of a hurricane style, which kept wind away from your candle and kept your candle lit.
Yeah, for clarity on those lanterns. So these are exact replicas of the ones that hung in the North Church that Paul Revere said, one if by land, two if by sea. And so these units here are actually made for the bicentennial. So 50 years later, they're back on display here at the SAR tent. Okay, Ken, thanks.
Huzzah.